So, I know it's not. Hold on, let me back out of this customer's driveway really quick. So I know it's not uncommon for people to come across my encryption, my vibe, my frequency, my energy, whatever you want to call it. And that kind of segues into what we're going to talk about here, but people use different languages to explain the same thing. So when you can find the prima materia, or the objective core embodiment, or whatever the thing is that you're after, you're seeking, that's when we can come into a state of coherence with everyone and everything, including ourselves, most importantly. So the download here for you all is that I get my information through pattern recognition, because that's what the brain is really good at. As that's what gives us the peg up in evolution. And that's what makes us different, because we can see patterns. Sometimes the brain gets overclocked and goes into hypervigilance, and that's anxiety, because you're just looking for too many patterns. People in the spiritual movement can be highly susceptible to this, and then overinflate their ego and then spin off into magical fairy starseed 1111 rainbow unicorn land. Stuff like Keylontic morphogenetic science, thinking you're a part of the intergalactic federation of light, whatever. Like, no, bro, this is Earth. Stop orbiting your body. Come back to reality. Okay. The simplest explanation for things often is, unfortunately, I know it's not exciting, the most common objective truth of that thing. So the point I'm making is, the objective truth is that you're creating your own reality. Your subconscious is the system matrice that governs your existence. So when you move from subconscious creating your reality to the Matrix, Neo, wake up, Neo, to consciously co-creating your reality, instead of being intimidated by that, you just remember that's how it's always been. You've always been doing that. So once you do it consciously, your main primary mission and objective is not to save the world, not to banish shadows. It's not your responsibility to burden yourself with other people's emotions. Okay? Just show up as yourself everywhere you go, because the primary objective is coherence. The more coherent you can be and show up 100% everywhere you go, because everywhere you go, there you are, right? Your field is manifesting through your embodiments. So your state of coherence, that's when the synchronicities start to happen faster. Okay? I can say something like yellow rainbow unicorn, and then in 2 minutes, I'm going to see a rainbow magical unicorn in somebody's front yard. Okay? As I'm delivering packages. Oh, sure, it's a coincidence, but synchronicities are just that, strong coincidences. That's when you realize that life or reality is a lot more malleable than you think, and it's your frequency that molds it. So when you do that consciously, and you don't have to be intimidated by it, because like I said, that's what you've been doing your entire life, just on autopilot, is when you can start to create your own system, your own system matrices to govern yourself. So if I'm using too many words, just make your objective in life to find the balance between moving too fast and moving too slow. Discipline and flow. Surrender and discipline, and, because once you find that balance point, there's no good, there's no bad, there's only neutrality, and everything is just, oh, that's nice, you clock it and you keep moving. And you don't have to relieve yourself with substances, because there's nothing to relieve yourself from. You can use these substances to enhance your experience, but once you're using them to get yourself to return just to your baseline, that's when you know it's a problem, okay? I'm not condemning you. Do what you want. It's your life, bro. But your energy is a bank account. So when it comes to adult content, substances, your interactions with people, your exercise routine, your routines in general, your circadian rhythm, everything has has a cost. So ask yourself, do I want to, whether it's good or bad, don't shame yourself for anything that you do. Just ask yourself, do I want to pay this cost? Because I know I'm going to have to suffer the consequences, or maybe that's too harsh. You know what I'm trying to say. You're going to have to pay that back later. So just ask yourself that, you know, because between decision, there's always a pause you can take. You don't ever, people are always, especially in American Western culture, speed is, we're taught you can't kill your momentum or you're going to die, right? You can slow down and coast, you know, and there's times where you need to do that or else you're going to explode internally and externally on somebody else. So keep that in mind, okay? Aim for coherence. Speed is coherence. Speed doesn't have to be chaos. So get in the driver's seat, arrive. This is arriving. Some people never arrive in their lives. They never become themselves, okay? They're always performing. So when you emanate this frequency, it drops people's guards very quickly because they don't know how to not perform, ironically. So a lot of people don't know who they are without the mask. So you have to keep that in mind and not take it personally as well. But I'm talking too much. I'm going to leave it there. 6:19 on the clock. Wake up, wake up. Bye.